In this video, we're going to be taking a look at how to go about resizing something to fit your particular build plate. Now, in this particular instance, we're looking at a file and we're wanting to resize it to fit a build plate for a FlashForge printer. And this particular printer has a build plate of 236 by 236. And most of our files that we create, the maximum dimension that we use is 240 because we are using a Bamboo A1 and its build plate is 256. So if we have to scale it at all, we only have to scale it a very tiny bit. So let's take a look at one of our bigger pieces here and just see what we're going to have to do here. So let's go ahead and go to our scale tool. And you can see here that we are at 250 on this particular one. So the max height here is 250. So we are going to have to change that. Now I do want to point something out as long as we're looking at this particular file. This particular file was created two different ways. We can light this file up. So this could be, and so if we want this front plate to light up, we would print this and this and this and our neck. Otherwise, we would just print our first build plate. So we don't print all these build plates for this particular lamp. So anyhow, getting back to the task at hand here, if we take this and go to our scale tool, and we'll go ahead and choose uniform scale. So we need this value right here on the FlashForge. So the build plate is 236. So maybe we only want to do 230, for example. So let's go ahead and do 230. And you see the value here is 92%. Okay, you see that right there, right? So what I would do is I would just back up. I would select everything, just like that, and then go to our scale tool and just type in 92%. We're gonna make sure that uniform scale is selected. And now everything was scaled 92%. So now if we select this piece and go take a look, you can see we're at 230 there, we're at 230 there, we're certainly small enough there, and we're certainly small enough there. So now we can fit all of that on our build plate. Now this has a hole in it, right? When we scaled this 92%. So by scaling everything together, this was also scaled 92%. So now this will still fit in that hole because we scaled everything together as one. So that's really all there is to it. So it's very, very simple. When we're making that small of a change, we're good. It's not going to cause a big issue. Now, if we were going to scale it, considerably more, like for example, the Bamboo, the A1 Mini, it only has a build plate of 180. Okay, now that is a significant change. And so what happens is when we're dealing, like in this case, when we're dealing with something like this, which is not very thick, if we scale it down, this becomes very, very thin. So no, we wouldn't be able to scale it down to 180 and maintain the thickness that we need here. But when we're going from 250 to 230, that's only a few millimeters. That's not going to be a significant change. So shouldn't have any problem printing this, even though your build plate is just ever so slightly smaller. So that's how you go about scaling designs um, that aren't going to quite fit your build plate there on your FlashForge printers because you're at 236. So yes, upgrading to the Bamboo A2L will solve all your problems because that baby is 330. So it's huge when it comes to build plate size. All right, so that's it. That's how you make those changes. Really simple. Hopefully that helps you out. And if you have more questions and you're not able to get something scaled for your FlashForge and you're trying to take advantage of the files in Patreon, definitely reach out and we'll help you out. Now, another question was, how would you go about changing the name on here? Well, now that that, you're going to have to come to class, right? Come to class and we're going to teach you. Now I'm going to show you, but these things are really simple and easy to do. We could do it in Inkscape and then bring the SVG file here. But something like this, you could just take care of right here inside your slicer. So let's show you. So let's zoom in here. Now with the FlashForge printers, you're using a derivative of Bamboo Studio anyhow. You're using the Orca slicer. Okay, so it's a derivative of Bamboo. So it's going to look very, very similar to what you got going on here. Now, when you import your file first into the Orca slicer, you do need to change what kind of printer you're using. And also make sure that you select whatever build plate you're printing on. Don't use these defaults because those aren't going to work for you. All right, but to change out this, all we have to do is delete the parts that we don't want. So we're just alt-clicking here and hitting delete. And then what we could do is we could select, alt-click that black plate right there, and we could just come up to our text tool. And we just go ahead and type in J, for example, and we can change our fonts. We can do all kinds of things. Now, when we do that, there's our text shape is way down there at the bottom, okay, because it's not part of our assembly. So let's see, I say that, but let me double check and see if it is part of our assembly. So let's go ahead and bring it up. I see what's happened here. So no worries. So it's actually there. When we alt-clicked this black piece, it's actually there. It's just very tiny and it's black. So let's go ahead and change it to white. And then we can go ahead and scale it up. Something like that. Now that is a little extra there. But you can see we can go ahead and then we can go ahead and go back into our text tool here and we can scale it down. So for the size is fine. The thickness here, we'll make it 2. And yeah, so I guess what we'll do is we'll just change our thickness right here. We'll go to the scale tool. We'll make it 2 millimeters thick, but we won't do the uniform scale. Okay. And of course, we can change the font too. So we can go into our text tool here and we can change this font to whatever we want, for example. Okay. So no worries there. So let's say we want to use that one. Okay. And then we can just copy and paste it. Go back to our text tool. Maybe it's M. Okay. So we'll go ahead and accept that. And we can move this. And then we could even scale it. If we didn't want a tall M, we wanted a shorter M. Same thing with our J if we want to, something like that. So we can move that over here. We can move that over there. So we could do something like that right here inside your slicer. So that is how you would go about changing that out as an example. So that's all there is to it. Like I said, we could do that in Inkscape as well, but it does work just fine here inside your slicer. And if you're in Orca, it would be basically the same process. All right, so that's how you go about scaling designs. Really super simple. Just make sure if it's a multi-part design that we're scaling the whole lot together at that percentage and whatever percentage is calculated for you. And then that's how you go about making those changes if you want to change out the letters there for this particular example. Hopefully that helps you out there. Till next time, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or need one-on-one training or some custom files made for you, this is my contact information, so feel free to reach out via email. You can text me. You could even give me a call. I'd be happy to answer questions or give you more details on the one-on-one training we offer, and as well as if you need custom files made until you are up to speed on how to make them yourself, feel free to reach out and we'd be happy to help you with that as well.